Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Reach Reporting Foundation's webinar. My name is Nikki Welling, and I'm a Client Success Manager here at Reach Reporting. Today's session is an introductory level training designed to help you get set up for success, and we're happy that you're here. Before we jump in, I want to quickly highlight something very important, especially for anyone thinking about data security and compliance. Reach Reporting is SOC 2 Type 2 certified, which means our security practices, policies, procedures, and operations have been independently audited and confirmed to meet SOC 2 standards for security. We know firms are trusting us with important financial and client data, and we don't take that lightly. This audit helps give current and future customers confidence that their data is being managed with a high standard of security and compliance. Now, let's go over our agenda overview for today. We will be setting up your workspace in Reach, connecting companies using key features like dashboards, reports, metrics, and statements, sharing reports and dashboards with clients, using templates to avoid recreating work, and last but certainly not least, our AI features. Now, let's get into it. When you first log into Reach Reporting, you'll be directed to your workspace. From here, go directly to Add Company. This will take you into our direct integration page where you can connect with QuickBooks Online, QuickBooks Desktop, Xero, MYOB, Gusto, Digits, and the CSV trial balance. Just as a quick side note, you will need admin access or credentials to the bookkeeping for any of these integrations. With QuickBooks Online and Xero, these are cloud accounting apps. Your data will sync automatically overnight every 24 hours. With QuickBooks Desktop or QBD, come to the desktop connector, follow the steps, and if you need any further help, please visit the help article down below. Next, the CSV trial balance. The CSV trial balance allows you to upload trial balance data from any other system using a CSV template. This one is really kind of a catch-all for anyone not using those other direct integration options. You'll download the template file, follow the directions, fill it out, and then drag and drop it here. Once your companies are connected, you'll notice under company name, each one of them located below. Once you have at least two, you can then go ahead and use our consolidation. The consolidate button is loaded here. Courses and tutorials come in and start to type the word consolidation. And at the very top, there's our setting up a consolidation video tutorial. Follow through the steps and set it up. Think of groups as a way to organize, categorize your clients. By sorting your companies into specific groups, you can define distinct permission levels for each set of users. The group access button, this allows you to select users for each one of those groups. Next, our accounting basis. We'll work our way over. Under accounting basis, please select the one that matches your accounting basis to your bookkeeping, cash or accrual. Next, the book month. You guys, this is the backbone of Reach, so this is very important. This is your master universal date setting for all reports. It defaults to the last closed month. Click Revert to put it on autopilot so it automatically rolls forward each month. Whatever date you set here, your reports and dashboards will show data up to that period. Now, for demonstration purposes, I will move mine backwards to historical data June 20, so don't let that throw you off. Next, you'll notice several buttons: Open, Client Portal, Manage Clients, Company Settings, Additional Users, Move to, and Delete. Let's get into company settings. Company settings are very important. Numerous elements within the company settings are engineered to automatically stream into your reports. Configuring these details first is the most efficient method for onboarding a new client into Reach Reporting, as each entity maintains its own unique workspace configurations. At the very top, you'll notice the company name has been auto-filled by your bookkeeping. When uploading a company logo, Reach will automatically generate a color theme for you. Now, you can also go to the Change, Select, and any of the preset options we have down below, or even going the custom route. Next, your reporting basis can be set here, currency symbols, showing account numbers, sort those account numbers. And next, it brings us to our budgeting and forecasting. Three ways to be exact. We can pull budget data directly from QBO or Xero, upload from Excel, or build directly inside of Reach, which comes with lots of bells and whistles you will love. The book month is located here. Hiding actuals after book month can be toggled on. Now, note this is a QBG company, and so if you have other bookkeeping, you will see other options listed here below. Report settings. This is where you'll place your firm name, and if you have your own disclaimer, please feel free to replace it here. Financial statement labels. This allows you to overwrite the title of the different financial statement sections, such as revenue for income or switching out net assets for equity in the case of a nonprofit. Understand whatever you turn here will pull throughout your reports and dashboards alike. Even in EBITDA, if your business uses either of these, you can map those accounts appropriately here and we will generate that calculation for you. Notice each of the options, drop down and make those selections. Also, the rules and instructions are set right at the top. Integrations are located here. Your AI enhanced reporting keeps tally as to how much or how many tokens you have used during that month. Now, if you run out, please reach out to customer support. Account mapping tool. You can launch the account mapping tool here. This will allow you to override your standard chart of accounts for use in your reporting. You can add new groups, add blank rows, title those rows. You can reorganize and we will generate those calculations for you, giving you the totals and subtotals as you set the structure of the chart of accounts. One thing I like to note here, you cannot take something from that income and pull and drag it down to accounts payable. Keep in mind, it does have some built-in parameters and safeguards. Next, we're going to jump right into the company by opening. Once the company has been opened, it will allow us to start and begin working within it. At the very top, we want to make sure that you can get yourself around in Reach very quickly. The home icon button will take you back to the Workspace page. The drop-down arrow allows me to toggle back and forth between the companies I have association with. Over in the black navigation bar at the very top, you'll notice our dashboards and reports. These are our two main outputs or deliverables. Down below are additional inputs, budgets and sheets. Budgets are just that, where you can create a budget or a forecast, and sheets are where you can bring in any non-financial data that doesn't come directly from your bookkeeping. Either one of these can be incorporated or included in any report, dashboard, or budget and forecast. Next, we have the client portal, and I will circle back on that here in just a few. The settings available to you here and the sync that happens nightly. And we also offer up to 8 additional syncs per company per day. Now, let's jump back up to our main two outputs or deliverables. Dashboards are live and interactive, while reports are static monthly, quarterly, annual PDF snapshots. Same content with a different delivery. This is ultimately up to you and your intended audience. In the dashboards, let's begin. Go to Add Dashboard, choose from Templates, Create Custom, AI Generated. I will circle back on the AI Generated. Next, let's jump into the templates. This will open it up to our dashboard library. In the dashboard library, you'll notice that there are many comprised, put together dashboards by professionals here in the a couple of key features and how to find and locate the perfect dashboard. Come over to data types, make your selection of what you're really focusing in on, and it will take it from many to maybe a few less. The other way is to come over and hover over the little eyes meaning an information hub that gives us a synopsis of what's already been pre-built into this specific dashboard. Now, next, I'd like to point out here, we have Reach templates and My templates. You will see this throughout the system. Always reflect back on which one you were clicked over on. Next, once you've settled on the perfect dashboard, we will highlight it and add that dashboard in. Once it's added, we will open and start to work within it. At the very top, you'll notice the metrics can easily be deleted, resized, reorganized, emphasized, and rotated around. Notice as I scroll through the different ways to graph or chart depict your information that you are trying to convey and get across to the reader of the dashboard. Next, in each one of the metrics, you'll notice the More menu at the top. That gives us options to edit, rename, duplicate, save as template, export, or remove. Let's go into edit. This will take us into the back end of this metric. Notice as it opens, this metric is very similar and has many characteristics of Excel. So our toolbar at the top, we have our columns with the date range associated below. Off to the left-hand side, titles, letting us know what information has been displayed in that specific row. Off to the far left of the row, you'll notice a dark gray range. Now, throughout Reach, icons are very important to hover over and get that title so that you can start to learn what the icons mean. In this case, the dark gray range means customization has been taken place in this specific row. The blue eye allows us to hide or show information, and the row setting allows us to either choose another data type, row type, and title. Above each one of our columns, you'll notice some other fun icons. This one is a green calendar icon, letting us know that as time goes on, this specific information in column will update. The filter icon allows us to filter by class, department, or location. And once again, there's that column settings allowing us to make column type date ranges and update titles. Now, the blue eye once again allows us to hide or show the information in a specific column as well. Now, let's touch on a templated metric that needs to be customized. Come directly to Add Data and Rows. You can choose from data, custom rows 1 to 10 at a time, or even a statement. Let's go into the data picker. In the data picker, you'll see your chart of accounts. And as I expand, here's all of those accounts. They should look very familiar to you. Sales by customer and even expense by vendor if those are in your QBO or your bookkeeping. Even the ratios and metrics. And down below, you'll see other sources which refer to our sheets, data sheets, and Google Excel sheets. Now, for today, I know I'm looking to bring in a checking account. We'll add that data in. It immediately slots down at the bottom of the metric. It doesn't fit, so we're going to take from row 21, take the paint formatting tool, and apply it to row 24. Now it fits nicely. Next, adding columns of data. You can choose between actuals, budget forecast, actual versus budget forecast, Google Excel, and custom columns 1 through 10. Today we'll go with the actuals. The date range I'll choose is year to last month and keep it as a total and add it in. Once again, we're going to take from column H and apply the paint formatting tool to column I, and now it fits nicely. Notice up above columns A through C, the blue eye, as well as the newly added column I with a blue eye. Down in the preview section at the very base, notice that we always give you a preview in order to make sure what you're about to publish is correct information. Notice the checking account we've added. Columns A through C and I have been established. And next we can click the drop down arrow to save and close. Now, there are a couple of other ways in order to customize this dashboard. You can choose from templates, statements, divider, live text, quick build, and the AI widget with Claude AI built in. Let's go into our templates. This will take us into the template metric library. Once again, there's our reach templates as well as my templates. Next, drop down to the filters and select your data type. Now, there are over 150 pre-built metrics for you to select from. You can even use that search bar, and you'll notice I'm looking for a break even. I have several options. I can bring in several at a time or one and add it. Once the metric has been added, it is immediately populated, and as up to date as your bookkeeping is, so is that break even point. Next, we want to touch on a quick build option. So starting from scratch. In the quick build option, you will select column type. We'll go with the actuals, date range. We're going to look for a last 12 trading months and keep the months separated out. Note, you can choose the comparison period. And once again, you'll see these drop down arrows throughout Reach. Please click on them as there are more options below. Then you can include percent change and change here. Now, for today and demo purposes, I'm going to go at also showing the totals. Notice as I select a total for today, I am actually going to keep this a little more simple and go at the months separated out. I'm looking for a current ratio, so I'm going to bring in my current assets and current liabilities and add those data points in. Now my two accounts are added. I can right-click, insert a row below, and type in my title for that row, which is current ratio, and then give it a formula. So our current assets divided by current liabilities gives us a 2. We'll click and drag and expand that over the next 11 months and drill it down. Now, once again, there's that preview. Everything I've added up above in the spreadsheet has now been added to the preview. It is very true that most people see things visually. So we give you multiple ways in order to establish what you would like the reader to take in and what you're trying to convey. Now, in this case, I am going to stay with the column chart. You'll see here current assets with the current liabilities and peeking out down here that current ratio. Now, over in additional settings, this is where it gets really fun. So we can come in and really customize the data and the way it's displayed here. So first off, we're going to go to our current ratio, go to the right, bring it to the right, and then line chart it. Now, there's a lot of numbers for my liking, so I'm going to go to the current assets, disable the data labels there, and also do the same for current liabilities. Now it's cleaning up nicely. Instead of hovering over the 2 to get the drill down number, I'm going to go to my value labels and turn off that abbreviation. Next, in the axes, 3 to be exact, I can also do the same with the chart at the top and give it a title. Now, speaking of titles, I'm going to give this a title. Remember, we started from scratch, so this is going to be very important in the future for us to find and locate this new metric we created. Now, once you've created a metric that you would like to keep and maybe utilize in the future, it'll be important for you to come down and save as template. Entire workspace or any of the options down below work great. Let's touch on the icons up in the upper right-hand corner. First, we have AI, and I will come back to that. You also now have a filter icon, letting us know that we can filter by class, department, or location the entire dashboard at one time. You can export to Excel or Google Sheets. Notice I can choose from any of those in the drop down list. These are each of the metrics that are located in this specific dashboard. And we have options now. Make sure you mark all the ones that you would like, whether it goes to Excel or to a Google Sheet. Next, you can print this, download it as a PDF and print. You can also take the date range and look at some historical data and make that application, taking note of what it looked like back in January. We can also now click the revert button and it brings us right back to where we started. Now, a couple of ways of sharing the dashboard. You can include in Client Portal. Now, this is very important because including in Client Portal means that that client will need to have and set up a name and password. You will make the selection of where you want this dashboard to be accessible and click Add to Client Portal. Another way to share your dashboard is by going to Publish. Create a shareable link, copy the link, and share it by email. At that point in time, you can enable the password, making sure that it is password protected. Take note of the preview. Once the client clicks on the link, they will open and see this preview. Now notice that they don't have the More menu options to be able to edit. However, the dials built within metrics, they are able to update and change on their own dashboard. They can either see it in light or dark mode, and they can print. Next, a couple of other options that you have giving to the client settings. You can allow last month close dropdown, Excel export, dashboard filters, or AI enhanced reporting. Now, very quickly, we're going to touch on that AI. The AI allows an analysis to be done on each one of the metrics that have been built into this specific dashboard. Today, I'm going to go ahead and select all. You can go a lengthened or a shortened version and click Analyze. Now, this is taking a deep dive into this company's bookkeeping. It is only utilizing the specific information based on this company's bookkeeping information. Notice over here, it'll give us a summary, insights, and conclusion. You may copy the text and share that. Now, for a deeper dive, you can come to Edit Inputs, remove Select All, and take a deep dive on maybe the break-even analysis. Notice the less you select, the deeper dive the AI takes. Next, let's jump into our reports. Our reports come directly to Add Report and choose from Template, Custom, or AI Generated. Let's jump into the templates. You guys, do not be overwhelmed in here. This is so great and fabulous, all of these options. So in order to really filter the options here, come over under Data Types and select what you're most focused on. And then, of course, the time frame. Also note Reach templates versus My templates. So once you have created and perfected reports of your own, you can then save them in the My templates. Now, another couple of options, hovering over the eye of what's already been pre-built, and also the preview, helping us to get a quick glance and overview without loading this company's numbers. Then you can settle and feel quite settled on which report you want to add in. Next, we'll go ahead and open the report to start working within it. Notice it's hard at work, so we're going to give it a second. It's loading those numbers and that financial data right into the report as we speak. Notice over here off to the left-hand side, we have a bar, and this is going to be your elements bar for you to go ahead and customize your reports. Let's start with the metrics. Once again, there's the Reach templates and My templates. The Reach templates, These are the same identical over 150 pre-built templates and options that you saw in the dashboards. You will also have them available to you here. It's as easy as clicking and dragging them right out where you would like to display them. Next are images. This live logo has auto-populated in the reports that a live logo sits. You can adjust and, of course, perfect it as you need. Other images work a little differently, so maybe you would like to bring in a little branding. You sure can. And also controls. Now, there are two different types of text in Reach. This is a great representation of static. It will remain the same regardless of the client or company you are using this report for. Once I highlight information, it will highlight in blue, letting us know that is live text. It is automatically updating as the syncs are happening nightly and as the book month rolls forward, our book month date. Next, down below, you'll see a combination of both in this paragraph, static and live text. All the live text highlighted in blue is going to automatically update. Our callout numbers and callout sentences. A metric built within a report. You can highlight the metric, go to the Edit Metric button above, and get into the just like I showed you in the dashboard. Add a new page. You can also delete a page completely out. Now, another fun option is going to your theme. Remember that when we loaded the colorful logo, it automatically generated a hex color code theme for us. And so it makes it very easy to come in, select the color, and apply it throughout the report. Now, one of our most important features in our reports are the statements. Once you click on statements, select the statement you're going for. It will immediately populate and pull it to the top. Notice in this first P&L, actuals versus prior year versus prior month with the date range associated at the top. In the second P&L, we're showing actuals versus prior year, and those. Now, this is the last one that I will touch on in this series. Now, one key factor, you do not have to keep each one of these. You can either take away from or you can add more. Next, in the back end of each one of our statements, this will take us into, once again, that Excel-like spreadsheet. At the very top, our toolbar, and we have our columns with the date range associated and a title. Off to the left-hand side, you'll see a new little indentation letting us know that we have parent and sub accounts. Off to the left-hand side, you'll notice the caret icon allowing us to collapse and expand those parent and sub accounts. And up at the very top, in this small white box, we have our universal settings for the statement. Notice here that caret icon allows us to collapse and expand the entire statement at one time. Now, we'll touch on the options in your columns. Once again, there's that green calendar icon letting us know that as time moves forward, so does the information in this specific column. We have our filter allowing us to filter by class, department, or location. We also have a column settings allowing us to select column type, date range, and so forth. And then that blue eye allowing us to hide or show information in a specific column. Note off to the side of our rows, we have the blue eye and also the row settings. Now, another one I want to touch on is conditional formatting. As I've highlighted just this one cell, notice that we have multiple rules set. For every one rule, notice down below we have our format statement sections, and as you drop down, there we have another option. You'll click through, make your selections all the way through, even font color, background color, your icon, left alignment or right alignment, and icon color here. Now, another couple of things I would like to point out in our statements. Now, down below in our statement, once again, there's that preview option. This allows us to come over and take consideration of our additional settings. Once again, this is where it gets really fun to customize these statements. So down below, we can even show company logo. One shows us the static title. It is and will remain the same throughout. In title two, you'll see we were able to come in, type in an @ sign, it drops it down and allows us to select from live titles. These live titles will automatically update as time goes on. Now, in the table, we also have lots of options in here. Now, you can see there are many other options in here to customize and perfect your statement. And we hope that you will come through and very much so. Now, a note about our statements and how they start locked. Notice at the top, each one of our statements start locked with the red icon. In order to unlock the statement, you can click Unlock Statement here. Now, to do more significant changes to your statements, such as creating custom groups, adding new calculations, and moving accounts, you will need to unlock your statement. Notice here, once it's unlocked, it allows you to customize, delete. Notice once I've deleted, it'll populate a red triangle notifying me that we need to go ahead and ask if we would like to insert this account back in. You can also come below and add data and rows. So choosing from, once again, your data picker. And I'm going to go with the ratios and metrics and bring in EBITDA and EBITDA margin and add that data in. That will immediately be added to the base. Now, another option is coming in. Now, where I will point you next is to learn more about unlocking your statements. Please visit the video tutorial located here under our reports, Locked and Unlocked Statements. Oh, once your statement is perfected, you will want to come in Template. This allows you then to select entire workspace or any of those located below to template this statement so that it can be used in the future. Now, the location of that statement, you can click and add it in, and it will immediately be slotted at the very bottom of the report. Another couple of very useful tips and tricks in here with your reports. Being able to share your report. You also have the preview option. Coming back over, also have the gear report settings, save as template, and delete report. Notice the timestamp at the top. This is on autosave and the timestamp located there. Once again, we see those three little blue stars. Means that AI is available to us. Now, in this case, I like to be able to take the AI and give myself an executive summary type scenario. So I'm going to select all, go with the lengthened version and click Analyze. While the AI is analyzing the information in this report, I'm going to scroll up to the top, add a new page, come to my text, take a body of text onto the page, remove that body of text, and click Analyze here. So instead, I edited the inputs and selected there, copied the text, and then Control V and paste it in. Next, you can also come through and remember anything in here is customizable. So you can double click, put your cursor and start typing away, massage the tone, make it sound more like something that you would state. But this is a great way and a very quick way to analyze the data and display it in your report. Now we want to touch on the AI functionality here. So we have AI generated, the option. Data to analyze will be actuals or actuals versus budget forecast. I'm going to go with the actuals, go a three-way, bringing in the P&L, the balance sheet, and cash flow. And then your options are space, light, and bold. These are just aesthetics to separate these out. Keep in mind, each of them have the same information. However, it is displayed and organized differently. You can switch any of these to landscape and then click create. Once the data is analyzing and it's taking a deep dive into the P&L, the balance sheet, and the cash flow statement, it goes beyond surface level insights to identify the most significant trends, variances, and relationships, uncovering details that typically require the expertise of a seasoned financial analyst deeply familiar with your business. The result is a tailored report or dashboard that meets your specific needs. Note, this is still fully customizable. So you guys, I'm going to go ahead and apply some beautiful color here. Notice it's built a table of contents. You'll see those titles, subtitles, commentary, narrative supporting what's going on in the metric, have some live text sentences that will automatically update as time goes on. Now, anything in the AI generated report is customizable. As we take a deeper dive into the reports and all the options and elements that you can do in there, as I drop through, you can see what a beautiful report in a matter of seconds. The financial statements, I've got three, the P&L with the actuals and the conditional formatting already set in place. It's highlighted with the actuals. As we scroll through, there's that balance sheet. Now, jumping back out and into our dashboards, another option here, AI generated. Make your selections and then click and create. Now, for time purposes, I am going to just go ahead and generate and open the one that I generated earlier. And you can see once again, the AI has broken it out into income and expenses analysis, all the way through to assets and liabilities analysis, expense and liabilities analysis down below. You guys, and then of course, any of this can be customized. Lastly, I will just point out the AI widget, which is available to you. And as I click and open this, this is where you will have a conversation with Claude AI. And we hope that you will have fun creating the widgets and dashboards there. Now, last thing I want to jump into the client portal. Now, this is very important information because this is where you will control who gets to see what information. So first off, managing and previewing clients. To invite a client. Now, I will point out users are very different than a client. A user is someone you will invite to the workspace to work within the workspace. Okay. A client is going to be one you invite with a first, last name, and email address, giving them folder access. And that can be any of these. You can organize those as you would like. In this case, I'll just go with the client and save it there. And then they will be invited to their specific folder. Notice here, you can alert all clients by sending out or blasting an email, and you can even include yourself there below. Next, new folders. You can create any new folders. You can see I have many folders up above here, and each one has different items that have been saved for different eyes. Next, uploading files. The ones that I have highlighted here, you can drag and drop in. And then, of course, once again, select those folders you want them available in. And we do give you 1 gigabyte of storage to be used per client, per company. And this will keep a tally as to how much you've utilized up till this point. Now, you guys, thank you so much for spending some of your time with us today. We know your time is very valuable, so we appreciate you being here with us to learn more and explore more about Reach. It's very important in the very beginning stages that you adopt quickly so that we can save you time and help you there. As we wrap up today's webinar, I want to highlight our support resources. We have a comprehensive knowledge center up here above. and a library of video tutorials. You saw that as I dropped down and explained that a minute ago. We also have our certifications. You guys, this is an amazing accomplishment. It's a core, advanced, and pro. And we hope that you will jump in. I encourage you to learn Reach, adopt Reach, and also become certified. If you need immediate assistance or help, we have our live chat support down here located in the lower right hand corner. You can contact us also through email at support@reachreporting.com. Schedule a session with an agent. Once subscribed, you will be assigned a client success manager at no extra charge. Our primary goal is to ensure you implement Reach efficiently and maximize your time savings. Once again, thank you so much for being here with us. We are so excited to work with you. So please sign up, get that onboarding with your CSM, and we will see you soon. Take care.